So when I started Hopkins in 1970, I was in the same position as our two young scholarship recipients. I was fortunate enough to be awarded a scholarship from Hopkins, and at that time I promised myself that if I were ever in the financial position to help out other students, that I would do it. And several years ago, Gail and I decided to fund our scholarship, which has been in position now for about 5 years. And this is something that gives us the most satisfaction in our lives, to be able to help out young medical students.
I had never been to Hopkins. I had heard about it. I was very impressed that he had been there, and the way that he talked about the institutions and his experience with the faculty, it was just inspirational. And then when I came here, it only grew. The institutions that are a part of Johns Hopkins are just world-class. They deserve support in all areas, but we have focused on medical education because it is so important. We've been very committed to the education of our children, and we know what challenges there are for a long professional career.
I'm a Wuroh Timbo. I'm a third-year medical student. And to me, there's three things I think about in terms of how this scholarship has affected me. First, when I got into Hopkins, I actually almost wasn't even going to come here, and it was solely for financial reasons. It was kind of between Hopkins and another school that was providing me significant financial aid. And eventually I chose Hopkins, willing to bite the bullet, and you know, it was overall 3 years into my kind of medical school career, the best decision for me, and I'm completely 100% happy that I made it.
Hi, my name is Jacob Sama, and I'd like to start by thanking Dr. and Mrs. Byeff for providing me with this generous opportunity of the scholarship that will really help in making my education possible here at Hopkins. Ever since I was a child, I always wanted to become a doctor. And when I applied to Hopkins, I applied here because I wanted to receive the best education possible. I applied here because I wanted to become the best doctor I could for my patients in the future. And being a first generation immigrant, receiving the scholarship money really helped to, help me focus more on my education and help me focus on becoming the best doctor I can be. So it really provided me with the opportunity of, just being focused on my education and getting the most out of, what Hopkins can provide for me.
The impact of educational debt can have a very severe impact on someone's life. When I see students who've accumulated $150,000, $175,000, $250,000 in debt or more, and they're about to start their lives, I know what impact it can have on them. And this is something that we've done to help enable students to have the same opportunity that I was fortunate enough to have here at Hopkins, which I think really changed my life.
The other thing is that getting financial aid kind of helps reduce stress, kind of in the here and now, and then long-term thinking about it. For one, I have a little more leisure with my money right now, and I don't have to worry about not buying groceries or how am I going to pay for these books, because in med school there's no shortage of stress, so having to not worry about the money part of it is definitely something that has kind of helped me ease into this transition of being a medical student.
And I'm concerned about Hopkins and its role vis-a-vis competitor schools such as Harvard and Yale that have much higher endowments and can afford to award many more scholarships. And I don't want Hopkins to be at a disadvantage when it comes to attracting the best and brightest, which it's always done. So in our small way, this scholarship will help Hopkins remain competitive in attracting the best and the brightest of the medical students.
And then another thing is just the fact that there are people invested in my education, invested in me coming here and becoming as good of a doctor as I hope to become makes me want to work that much harder as a medical student and as a future resident and a future doctor. And so that also gives me sort of an extra push, and that's something that I'm very thankful for, and it's something that I won't forget, moving forward in my career.
Just receiving this kind of generosity from someone whom I've never met before in my life was really, inspirational and motivational, and it really helped me to be able to, give back to my community. I'm a second-year medical student. First year was kind of tough for me, but after getting everything together, I was able to, help out students around city of Baltimore through SNMA, which is the Student National Medical Association sponsored events like DAYS and HPrep, and so I just want to thank them for, I guess, just motivating me to be and inspiring me to be able to give back to the community, and again, thank them for this opportunity.
So I would like to thank Dr. and Mrs. Byeff for the scholarship that they've given me. It's very generous, and I very much appreciate their contributions towards my education.